Modelland Tyra Banks failed. What? Wait, what is this? Modelland, the Tyra Banks failed amusement park? Wait, I was about to do Christian, but I think we might have to watch this.
Now it's always something with you. I was too skinny, then I was too fat, then my ass was too big. Oh, but you all about that now, huh?
Yes.
In the era of YA dystopian novels like The Hunger Games, The Selection, and The Uglies.
This is from Naomi Cannibal, by the way, if you want to just watch it on their channel, of course.
It seemed that the last thing we could expect was for Tyra Banks of all people to hop on the trend. Yet, Tyra threw her hat in the teen dystopian ring and gave us Modelland. Modelland is a 2011 YA novel written by Tyra Banks with the help of a ghostwriter. I do think—
Oh, you mean written by a ghostwriter with the help of Tyra Banks' money, okay? You think, bro, if I ever wrote a book, you think I'm writing that book? No, of course not. I'm going to hire someone to do it for me.
she had a genuine hand in writing a decent portion of the book, though, because some of the quotes are just so cringy, but in that unique, unsettling way.
So she's like, yeah, listen, you're going to write the whole book, but I need you to add this really cringy line in there, okay? Like, make sure you add in, don't go chasing waterfalls, okay?
only come from the twisted mind of Tyra Banks.
Petty Page watch this, Paige Christie. Bro, can I tell you something? Can you listen? When I post this, this is the only part of this video that I want Paige to see. Okay, Paige, change your main channel back to Petty Page because I think it's phenomenal. Listen, I think it's phenomenal. All right, I watched some of your Manscaped video. Frankly, it seemed like you got a little upset that they didn't want to get sponsor a girl because it's a male product targeted at men. And you thought it was sexism. I don't think it's sexism. That'd be like if they decided to, if I was approached by maybe a hair care company that maybe did like they had a product that was for hair. You know, I was gonna say like black hair, but I don't even need to say that. I don't have any hair. I was for hair, and I was like, you're being bald phobic. You know what I mean? Like I just think that they didn't think that it would be on brand. But the video was very intelligently well done. It was petty, but it was also Paige. It was very intelligent, even though I thought it was a little crazy. Bring back the Petty Page. Embrace it. Second of all, create another channel called Paige Christie and post your reactions on that fucking page. Like, well, if you're going to watch something like this on stream, fucking monetize it, bro. Sis. Okay? I'm just saying. You know? Just saying.
Tyra said of her inspiration, I'm always dreaming up ideas, like when the words modeling boarding school floated into my head while I was driving on the FDR highway in Manhattan. I wrote them down in a little notepad, and 5 years, thousands of pages, and dozens of writing getaways later, I finally get to call myself the author of Modelland.
Oh, wait, so she just wrote down a bunch of obscure thoughts over the course of years and told somebody to write it into a book? What a logistical fucking nightmare. Imagine Tyra just like dumping a bunch of like sticky notes on here, all of this needs to be in the book.
As a reminder, these are some of Tyra's other magnificent ideas.
Let's see. Since we're talking about Tyra Banks, remember the episode where she made the woman do a biracial photo? That's queen energy, girl. I guess this girl got a literal pass from a black person, right? Isn't that what, I mean, I'm just saying, okay?
Modelland was supposed to be the first book in a trilogy, but currently is still the only installment.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Modelland follows the main character, Tukey de la Creme, a name you can't tell me Tyra didn't come up with, who is gangly, awkward, and basically a genetic chimera for no reason other than Tyra thought it would be cool, I guess.
Like a literal like genetic chimera, or just like an uglier person?
And she is very tall, very awkward, super insecure.
Probably just like her when she was younger. Like, that's not an insult. That's probably like what the inspiration of the character is.
She has one green eye and one brown eye, so she feels
Whoa, that okay.
like a freak. And on top of that, her forehead goes on and on and on and on.
Tyra, lift up your fucking hair. Let me see what that forehead looks like, girl. You can see mine. Let me put my hair back for you. It's already back. Are you the one with the big ass forehead? It sounds like that's what you're saying. Okay.
Relevant, but Tukey's mom's name is Creamy de la Creme. Creamy. Because Tukey is so...
Is it not like creme de la creme? I don't know.
...unique looking, she's invited to join an elite class of models called the Intoxibellas. Along the way, she joins a ragtag group of other model hopefuls, including a plus-size girl...
Bro, this just doesn't work. The eyes are not in the right spot.
...a little person, and someone with albinism. I think Publishers Weekly sums it up best in their review of Modelland, calling it overlong, campy, and warped, and a non-stop barrage of surrealism and wackiness. Another magazine didn't hold back, calling Modelland a nonsensical, nightmarish acid trip that seemed like it would never end, with more made-up words and terms than a Klingon translation of a Dr. Seuss book. Modelland is 600 pages long, making
I really like that she not only created the book, but she's trying to brand around it by having these people, like, people put stuff on their eyes, like this is the thing. It's somehow like this is the cool kids club. It's really weird. It also looks like her forehead looked weird because there's clearly a rubber band around it.
it longer than half the books in the Harry Potter series. For the record, I did try to read the book myself, and it was so cringy and disjointed I couldn't finish it, and I remember lying to my mom and saying that I did because I had begged her to buy it for me on my Kindle.
Cool.
A lot of my fellow classmates
This looks so ridiculous. They're not even like in like, I guess you'd say, the anatomical position they're supposed to be in.
at the time who were 7th grade girls
Ooh,
also convinced their parents to buy them the book, and it was always checked out at the library. Now, this isn't because the book was going to be the next YA trilogy that preteen girls were going to base their whole personalities off of. It's because the book had been marketed to us all through Tyra's preferred method of torture, America's Next Top Model. Tyra cross-promoted Modelland on an episode of Cycle 17, coincidentally the All-Star season where Angeli was disqualified.
That's some bold shit. Imagine creating like an actual like hot shit and then forcing people to buy it. Buy this. Wouldn't you buy this? It's a little squishmallow. I mean, it has a skirt. How cool. Got it 5 below. Has a car somewhere too. Here, let me just get it. All right, this is actually a different Squishmallow with a different car. This is a pig chicken. Very cool. But it comes with like this little vehicle. It's a real Squishmallow. Comes with this real vehicle. You kind of put it in there. It's a cat car. It's like a cat boat. Really, this one's like a boat. I don't know. Maybe it's a car. Isn't that cool? Look at that. It's really cool. It's really good. I like that. I like that stuff.
The final 4 girls filmed a motion editorial, aka a trailer for the book, as their final elimination challenge before the finale. I didn't get far enough in the book to understand what them being dressed like Olympian cyborgs has to do with anything. Okay. Tyson Beckford was also in the trailer. Regardless, I and other preteen girls thought this was art of the highest form and begged our parents to buy Modelland when it released. Tyra said her intention with Modelland was to show how, despite how selective and exclusive the modeling industry was, girls with unique looks could still pave their own lane.
Oh, but it's no, it's too late. It's too late because today I am wise enough to know that my beauty is not defined by you.
Well, would you be saying that if you weren't rich because of your looks? I'm just saying. Right. I understand that some models that aren't, what you'd say, conventionally attractive work really well with being like photoshopped or in certain outfits, for sure. I get it, or something like that. But Tyra, would you be saying this if you weren't a literal model? Ah, my looks aren't divided by. But they are, though, girl. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just saying. I personally don't value my looks because I look like shit. But, you know, I wouldn't say my looks aren't defined by you. They are. My confidence isn't defined by you. Okay? That's what I would say. That's what I'm trying to say, girl. Also, what are you doing on the streets yelling? That's crazy. That's just crazy shit. What the fuck? What's the matter with you? I would green screen this. I don't think I'd have the confidence to scream this in public. You got to be a special type of rich to not give them a fuck at all, you know?
Beauty is all shapes and sizes, all colors and genders, young and old, tall and short, thin and thick.
Bro, the guy, look at this guy. He's blurred out, but he's turning his head.
The book preaches themes of confidence and embracing one's uniqueness, a sentiment Tyra also preached on Top Model.
Wow.
When she felt like it.
Do you really think you can have a CoverGirl contract with the gap in your mouth?
Yeah, why not?
This is all people see. It's easy to reach beautiful CoverGirl.
Tyra, you're being roasted right now because you are a disingenuous poopy head. Plus, girls with gaps in teeth actually, I think, do pretty well in modeling. I think it's like a big look in like the UK, I guess. It's on brand. You know, so hey, it's hot. It's cool.
It's not marketable.
In 2019, to remind us that her book even existed, and in an attempt to revive her waning A&TM fan base, Tyra announced a Modelland theme park. Mind you, the other 2 books in the Promised trilogy never came out, so there was no Modelland universe. It was just that one book that most people found too silly and too long to finish. Tyra herself knew the book was too long because she also announced a Modelland graphic novel was in the works.
How the fuck are you going to make 3 parts when the first part's too big? What the fuck is this? Oh, we did the eyes. Now we have to do the lips. Wow, incredible.
Tyra said her intention with the real-life model.
Bro, this looks like literally like... This looks like it's in the Power Rangers. Like she's literally going to morph into like a fucking cheetah right now. That's her Megazord. Or is that just her Zord? I think it's just the Zord is yours, and then it turns into a Megazord when you combine. and then an Ultrazord when you combine with an additional Megazord, or and I think that's the hierarchy of Megazords and Zords and whatnot. A little educational lesson for you. Don't come at me, Power Ranger fans, because you're a loser anyway. But yeah, she's gonna fucking transform right now.
Modelland was to bring modeling to the masses. She claimed she'd been working on Modelland for the past 10 years, and it was part of her mission to expand the exclusive modeling world. Modelland was set to open in late 2019 in Santa Monica. The 21,000 square foot
I wasn't even looking. I thought she was doing a fucking sumo deadlift. But I looked and she just looks like she's taking a shit.
attraction would allow fans to experience their modeling fantasy through multi-level ticketed experiences, restaurants, and of course, buying merchandise. Guests could have access to catwalks, professional photo shoots, and an immersive theater experience. Tyra claimed.
All right, so you know what that sounds like? There's a place in the mall that I go to sometimes where it's you can take selfies in it, and they have different backgrounds and stages. So sounds like an overpriced that.
And she was inspired by Disneyland and Universal Studios, and she wanted to bring a sense of adventure to the world of modeling. Santa Monica's Modelland would be the first of many locations.
If you want to bring a sense of wonder to, like, what did they say, to like modeling?
And she wanted to bring a sense of adventure to the world of modeling.
If you want to bring a sense of adventure to the world of modeling, Tyra, you know what you could do? You could try giving people a cheeseburger. You know, maybe don't coerce them into eating disorders. Not that I don't have one. I have what we call too much cheeseburger disorder, whereas models have what's called a not enough cheeseburger disorder. So there's something in the middle there. We have there's a cheeseburger ratio that we haven't quite mastered. Okay, it's somewhere in there.
Santa Monica's Modelland would be the first of many locations planned to open globally. When asked to describe Modelland, Tyra said, "Modelland is going to be a place where the modeling world meets fantasy, meets entertainment, meets technology, meets retail, meets dining, meets your fiercest, best self you could ever imagine."
It sounds like a Sears. It sounds like what you're describing is a Sears. I think those are going out of business. Okay, we don't need a whole fucking Adventureland for that. When you go shopping at a clothing store and you change your outfit, you're modeling. You know what I mean? And then it also smells weird in there. I'm sensitive to smells. Excuse me, sir, would you like to try this fragrance? Before I could say no, it's in my mouth. Bro, you're 5 foot tall. I'm 6'4". You sprayed it into my mouth. This is disgusting. The worst is when I'm there by myself. Oh, I'm not even kidding. Oh, let me go to the mall. Sometimes I go to the mall. Maybe I go there to get mall food, right? But then what I do is maybe I'll get my wife something. Get my wife like a treat. Maybe I'll get her like maybe some food, but maybe also like a Squishmallow or something like that. Something really cool, right? Walk through. You go into the mall. Sometimes you got to walk through like a department store, spraying you with this cologne. Come home with the gift. You think my mama gut? You think the first thing my wife sees is like the nice gift I got her? No. You want to know why? Because your sense of smell is better than your sense of sight. Who you been fucking with? What girl? Who's that girl? Whose girl is that? I can't fucking win. I go out and get this motherfucker a gift. Some asshole sprays literal dirty fucking smelly water on me. All of a sudden now, that's all I hear for the next week. Who's that girl you been talking to? Nobody. Then I'm on my phone. I'm checking Twitter or something. It's part of my job. I've lost my phone. I don't know where the fuck I put it. Who you talking to? Bro, stop. I'm talking to anybody. I'm just on my phone. Let me see. That's not that crazy, but it's funny.
She also said that Modelland would have a social media component that would allow people around the world to see what Modelland was about and then hopefully want to visit in person.
Yeah.
Aside from Modelland merchandise, other retailers could sell their products inside the attraction. I'm assuming the majority of these products would be makeup or beauty related, which guests would be more prone to buy after a day of pretending to be a model and getting made up with a lot of these same products. Make no mistake, Tyra doesn't view Modelland as just a cash grab. She also considers it a movement. She said, yes,
a bad movement, you know.
It's an attraction and a destination, but above all, it's the genesis for people with all types of different beauty to feel seen and validated. And Tyra truly does want her guests to feel valid, or as valid as their payment for their tickets, which could go for up to $1,500.
Bro, what? Disney ain't even that expensive. What the fuck?
The cheapest ticket to Modelland was for general admission, which was $59. General admission includes a personalized lookbook, a limited shopping experience, and editorial photo shoots directed by Tyra herself. There's not more of an explanation on this, but I'm assuming it's via video and not live. The next tier is the Fantascene photo shoot ticket, which costs $549. This experience includes an extravagant photo journey complete with hair, makeup, wardrobe,
went from $50 to $550. Incredible.
Refreshments, and access to limited edition products. The Fantascene Dream ticket is the highest price at $1,500. In this package, you get a hair and beauty consultation prior to arrival, as well as a designer wardrobe and a luxury gift bag. Each level of ticket works kind of like an add-on, with guests getting everything in the level below it too. I guess that somehow justifies $1,500 for an amusement park ticket, like that's not an entire month's rent at this point. I truly don't even see how most of this is logistically possible, unless they were counting on very few people to be careless enough with their money to go all out on those higher priced tickets. Instead of really explaining how the park would operate, Tyra and her team responded to most questions about Modelland by repeating how revolutionary and inclusive the experience would be.
Like, what is this going to be? It's going to be great.
Modelland is going to be insane.
Hey, is there size 4X at Modelland? Because if there's not, Tyra, Stone Cold Stunner is what's going to happen to you.
It's going to be bananas. What it is
yeah, will the photoshopping of your pictures be included? Fucking crazy. You guys are nuts.
about you coming and joining the uprising.
Incredible.
That we are tired of this one defined narrow beauty, and everybody that comes to Modelland is joining the uprising.
Bitch, you were just criticizing someone's fucking teeth. Sorry, non-derogatory. But you just so fucking like, oh, you're gapping your teeth. So, but what are you talking, Tyra? Shut up.
Rising to take
She's delusional.
down the people that say we are not good enough. Okay.
The entire thing seemed too good to be true, and like it could never live up to how Tyra had sold it. Remember, she was promising beauty consultations and high fashion photo shoots in designer clothes. Modelland actually has a website, and I signed up for it because that's the only way to actually access the website.
Okay.
But after signing up, I was regretfully informed that the webpage no longer existed. But not one to be deterred, I did click on the ticketing page that came up as the second Google result. This page actually does direct you to the Modelland site.
Wait, so you could just bypass the signing up of it? Or maybe you were still signed in? Okay.
A message on the homepage states that Modelland won't open until the governor deems it safe. So I guess Disneyland and all the other amusement parks in California are operating illegally at this point. Or
yeah, I guess COVID shut us down. Okay. COVID was a godsend for that because it would have failed emphatically.
maybe it's just more plausible to think that the website just hasn't been updated in over 2 years. The fact page explicitly states that they're unsure still when the park will open. Despite this, tickets that were purchased could still be honored when or if Modelland opens. Guests also have the option to be issued a refund. Though ticket sales are currently closed because there's no park yet to buy tickets to, you can still become a Modelland member, which seems to work kind of like a season pass. One could join the Beauty Model Squad for about $1,700 a year and get 4 general admission and 4 fantasy photo shoots a year. Or you could join the Couture Model Squad for $5,500 and get 12 general admission visits and 12 fantasy photo shoots.
So like why these prices? Was any of this like actually like was there any intelligent conversation about how this was going to work financially? Like I don't understand. Like, how did you come up with these prices without having a physical? I don't know. It's I just wonder what they used, what data they used.
The memberships also come with a hoodie. There's also a job application link to the site, but it redirects to an Indeed page that no longer exists. And of course, as one could imagine, there are no...
This looks like a very uncomfortable swimming outfit. I couldn't imagine any other reason for these floaties to be on her fucking arms.
No pictures of Modelland on the site, but you can find multiple pictures of Tyra Banks. Cool. On the site, they do clarify that
That's Tyra Banks? Wow. Okay.
Modelland isn't
very, very photoshopped, I guess.
Technically a theme park because there are no rides yet, according to them.
What's the ride
gonna be?
There will
be ever-changing themes. I'm not sure what their definition of a theme park is, but I guess they're technically right that Modelland isn't a theme park because it's yet to exist, so it...
It's a theme park because they're going to change the theme of it? I think a theme park are usually like with roller coasters and shit. Like, yeah, they change the themes. Like, obviously, Disney will do... you know, like the general theme, then they got their Christmas theme and their Halloween, but like, what are you on about?
Isn't anything. The guest experience fact doesn't answer
high fashion because I'm high as fuck.
Any logistical questions, but it does again remind guests that Modelland is for everyone and to make sure they download the Modelland app to personalize their experience. Okay. Tyra also reminds her guests that while she's worn the finest couture in the world, you're still allowed to come to the park looking crusty as long as your check doesn't bounce. Modelland was due to open in May of 2020, but in March of that year, Tyra announced that the opening would be delayed due to the pandemic. So we were unfortunately deprived of the social media fallout that would have rivaled Fyre Fest had this place actually opened.
True.
It doesn't seem like Tyra has given any official updates on Modelland or when it will finally open. If it does, I don't think it'll do too well, especially considering the outrageous prices. It's obvious Tyra is trying to capitalize on how diverse the modeling industry is becoming, and it feels like she thinks she has some sort of ownership over that because of ANTM. Tyra never misses an opportunity to say she was leading the charge on there being models of all shapes, sizes, and ages. In my opinion, turning inclusivity into a commercialized experience
I don't like it. Tyra was talking right now, but it's funny.
Makes it seem like more of a financial opportunity than a cause that's near and dear to her heart.
That's true. Like it seems more like she thinks it's like now, because it seems like she was criticizing people's looks until it became financially viable. So that's what it seems like, at least.
Since Tyra's public image has shifted in the past couple of years, I don't even think Modelland would be popular even if it were priced affordably. This isn't a case of where the Harry Potter books are so compelling and beloved, people are willing to look past the unsavory actions of the author. A lot of people are anti-Tyra now, and the book flopped, so there's really not much of a draw there. Places like Harry Potter World or even the world of Avatar are based on global phenomena and creates an established world for fans to immerse themselves into.
Yeah, but even those are like inside of another park. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how well the Hogwarts park would do independently, but attached to, what is it called? Adventureland? Was that what it's called? It's not called Adventureland. What is it called? Big Cock. Whatever. You know what I'm talking about. But attached to whatever it's called. Somebody say in the chat. I'm not going to be able to move on. Come on, guys. I'll smack the fuck out of every one of you if you don't answer my question right now. Anyway, attached to another amusement park with other themes, it probably operates. Universal Studios, thank you. it operates a lot better because there's like a bigger draw. Like maybe you're drawn to Harry Potter World, but you have 5 other things to do, so it enhances the experience. You know what I mean?
Modelland wasn't a global phenomenon by any means. It's hard to find any genuinely positive reviews.
What did the Harry Potter author do? I don't really know. Something transphobic, but I don't really know the specifics. I never really looked into it. It's hard to because there's like information is scattered everywhere. So
and hard too to find people who even finished reading it. Also, it provides a different experience than every day, yes, but not a fantastical one that can't be recreated elsewhere. Even at a regular amusement park, I can get on a ride and do things that I couldn't do at home. Honestly, for the ticket prices, you'd be better off just buying your own outfits and makeup and doing your own photo shoot.
Go to fucking Sears and try it on for free. That's what I was saying. This already exists.
I don't think
that's already a dying business because Sears is closing.
To fruition, the idea itself misses the magic of adventure parks like Harry Potter World or even Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory. Modeling doesn't compare to the clandestine foreign world of a magical boarding school or a chocolate factory unvisited by the general public. Modeling really isn't the secret, inaccessible world anymore that Tyra acts like it is.
Let's talk about how I had to mix my own makeup colors because if I left it up to the people that you chose for me, I'd look like an ashy clown. Oh, and don't get me started on the hair. Do not get me started on the hair.
Tyra also doesn't have some sort of insider perspective on modeling that the rest of the world doesn't, especially not to the degree that justifies her asking people to pay thousands of dollars to attend her theme park. It honestly just seems like another vanity project of Tyra's and an elaborate scheme for her to earn a pat on the back. If Modelland does open though, it is where we're having our first fan meetup, so you better start saving your money. Let me know down in the comments if you've read or even finished Modelland and what you thought of it. Also, especially let me know if you were ever trying to go to Modelland theme park or know anyone who did and how that worked or didn't work out. As always, thank you for watching and I will see you guys super soon. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
I saw a nipple at the end there. Cool video. I like the end when we danced a lot. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and another special shout out to all my Patreon and Twitch subs. If you'd like to support this channel further than you already have by just watching the video alone, go down to the links below where you can sub on my Patreon, which will allow you to get your name on this beautiful black wall. Or you can go to the Twitch page and you can actually use a free Amazon Prime sub, if you have Amazon Prime, to subscribe. Thank you very much, guys. Take care.